Whole sports all plays. Whole sports all plays.
Rebel soul child got a fist ball, I'm a respawn of ancestors, and I'm blessed, They are not him, tell him fess up, I get check stub, hella carefree, nothing scares me, hella reckless, yeah, I got next up, right, now we not the same, cause see when I look in your iris, you likely to talk but not ready to ride, you do better keeping it quiet, my pen is ignited, my soul is enlightened, I like who I am, but I'm biased, the palette is right, and my drip is a fountain, I'm not like these regular guys, all of that talk is misguided, she like the way I make the tape print, but the way I make the words play is grim, I'm the reaper reaching for the kill switch, the label cut the check like the bladesman, something sparking where his brain is, the beat is somewhere where they prayers in, Geronimo the way I make the bass jump when no parachute is tasted.
What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? This is another episode, the first episode, in fact, of the year of 2023 of Throwing Hands. It's your host, Josh. I got my boy, James. How you doing, my man?
I'm doing good. Glad to hook back up. 2023, Season 2, Episode 1. Got a good one on our hands. I heard you had a story for us.
Yes, sir. I know we took the break off the first Tuesday, get some people relaxed, do mojo, and then now here we back on. But yeah, how you been?
I've been good. I heard yourself.
Let's say again.
I said, and yourself. Can you hear me?
Oh, you lagged again. Say again.
Oh, my bad. I said, and yourself.
I definitely could be better. So I saved the story just for this. I was helping my dad move some stuff in storage, keep in mind, and I ended up kicking something, and it hit that sweet spot, that soft side on the outside of your foot where the nerve is. And dude, it's been throbbing. It's like I got drop foot. I have a boot on just because it was hurting that bad.
Could you walk on it afterwards at least?
I was limping. I even jacked my kid's little scooter, and I was just cruising around on that.
Oh, so it hurts
Yeah.
for real.
Yeah, dude, it hurt. And what sucked too is that I missed jujitsu class.
Well, you definitely, if you're in a boot, you definitely can't be out there kicking anything.
Yeah, very true. Very true. But hey, we got the person on. He's going to be the one that has every right to give me shit for missing jujitsu. He is the man of the hour with more mojo than Austin Powers. He brings more heat than Keanu Reeves. He has a mustache that screams, fuck with me and find out, capiche? This man's so good, he could train Ben Stiller to be a killer. He's so wise, he teaches his fighters to aim between the eyes. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome the one and only Christian Beyers.
I had to give you guys both a round of applause on that.
That was an intro.
You like that?
Yeah. Thanks for having me, guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you for coming on, man.
Yeah,
how you doing today?
Good, man. How you guys doing?
Oh, good.
Doing good for the most part.
So you missed jiu-jitsu class today, right?
I did, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I wasn't even saying you. I was talking about him. I was gonna say you was gonna get on him.
Yeah, I give him every right. Give me shit for missing class.
I can't give you shit if I miss it. So I went down and took care of the business stuff and then came home.
Nice.
Yeah, just relax, take it easy.
Yeah, just kind of my knees just bugging me lately, so I'm kind of just taking it easy on that and letting it heal the right way and trying not to push it. So.
Yeah, I remember the last time me and you were rolling, you kept on bringing it up. It was just the knee.
Yeah, it's just hard to plan on it. Like if I put any pressure on it, it feels like something wants to pop out. So I'm trying to take it easy. I'm trying to get myself back in shape, but I'm trying to do it nice and slow and take my time with it.
Yeah, you don't want to risk injuring it.
Yeah.
Knee's one of those finicky injuries that just nag and hang around.
Yeah, I don't know if there's any like significant damage, but it definitely bugs me. Like some days it's bad, some days it's good. It's raining in Havasu a little bit, so that could play a factor too. I don't know.
Yeah. It actually surprised me that it started storming here.
Yeah, I didn't get it too bad in my house. Got kind of a little sprinkle, but nothing crazy. It's lightning like crazy outside though.
That's good. So, Christian, go ahead and tell the world about yourself. Give us a little background on your experience in MMA.
So I started training. Me personally, I started training about 2004 maybe as a kid. I kind of lost touch with it a little bit. I came back training high school years, maybe about senior year. I started training again. I ended up fighting right after high school for King of the
Nice.
Cage for a little bit. Had a few fights, left, took a job somewhere, left for a couple years, ended up coming back to fighting. Took another couple fights, then I decided to open up Bridge City. I just felt like it was a good move for me, and I knew Trenton, my little brother, he wanted to start fighting, and where I was training at up here, it just wouldn't be a place where I want him to have a career. I know that he's got too much stuff going on where he's at right now to be like a full time coach. So I just knew that he needed a full time coach, and having my own gym would allow it without stepping on anyone's toes. Not that I really care to step on anyone's toes, but it just kind of worked out better for me, and I wanted a place mainly for him to train and for me to like stay in shape and stuff, but for him to train, and then now it's where we're at right now. So I had a little bit of an amateur career, and then now I'm just a coach, and hopefully this year I'm trying to get back into shape because I'd like to compete again.
Oh, you want to compete again?
Yeah, that's the goal. Right now we're trying to get through this fight camp with the boys right now and coach them, and then we'll kind of see how it goes after that.
Yeah.
Nice. So when did you kind of like transition into coaching? Like, was it right when you were thinking about opening up Bridge, or were you coaching kind of like all along?
Um, so one of our guys right now, Corey, he fights for us. I was kind of coaching him a little bit before at my old gym, and then I've always liked to help out, and then I kind of just transitioned over. I just stopped fighting. I kind of lost touch with it a little bit. I didn't. I guess I don't have a problem putting in the work, but it was more of just having to put in the work, and then I was kind of just I've been doing it for the last since 2012, and I just kind of was over it a little bit. So being a coach, there's still a lot of a lot of discipline being a coach, but not as crazy as being a fighter.
Yeah. Yeah. You get that. You get the satisfaction right now not going through those weight cuts. You get to tell them to go through it.
Yeah. It's I'm starting to eat healthy a little bit, and it's like, damn, dude, this is crazy. I don't miss this at all, but my body definitely feels a little better. That's for sure.
Yeah.
How long have you been kind of in the mindset of wanting to come back? I just heard you say you're kind of eating healthier now, or you starting to get in more of that routine of training to fight.
Yeah, so I'm not doing like crazy training to fight right now, but I think I came up with it usually after every time the boys compete. Then I'm like, oh, I gotta do this again. But like it kind of got more realistic. Like after Pat and Early fought the last rough, I was like, all right, I think I can transition back. I just gotta kind of make sure I'm taking it seriously. And I had to think about it for a while, and talk to my fiance, and there's like a lot of risk. 'Cause, I mean, home life. I mean, not so much risk, but there's just a lot of sacrifice. But I talked to her; she was good with it. And then probably right before, a little bit before Christmas, I decided I'm gonna, enjoy the holidays, enjoy the first of the year, and then after that, get cracking. So probably mid December, I made up my mind that it's time to get back to work.
Okay. Okay. Has it been a lot of the recent fights that's been going on since last year, going now up until February, where we're expecting some guys to fight that kind of reignite the passion there?
Yeah. Just I mean, every time I like go to an event, then I'm like, oh shit, I want to do like I miss it. And then usually a couple weeks later, I'm like, I don't miss that shit. Like it's whatever. But yeah, just this last one just kind of stuck with me. I mean, they usually do, but this one stuck with me a little more, and then it got more realistic. So working on the comeback right now,
Yeah.
slowly.
Hell yeah.
Now, how does it? I mean, did you imagine when you first opened it that you'd have one of the hottest, toughest gyms in Arizona? Because right now,
Uh,
man, you guys are rolling.
yeah. That's because of the boys fighting. They really put us on the map. That way. But no, I didn't. I mean, I started in a garage, and we kind of went to a little smaller facility. and then now we're at a decent sized facility. And I'm not sure the exact size on it, but it's way bigger than I imagined, especially this quick. I've always like imagined it get this big, and now we're thinking about getting even bigger slowly, but no, I had no idea it was going to be this crazy, and I definitely owe it to all my coaching staff. Barry, he's my jiu-jitsu coach, Barry Solons. Owe it to him, and then all the other guys under him. My father also helps a great deal, but the boys that are competing and in Phoenix, and those are the guys right there that are making it happen. And then our kids program too. They're traveling, and they just competed in Vegas. A few of the guys, and they're placing. So those are all the people that owe credit to right there.
Yeah, I give the boys at Bridge City so much praise because, like, just hearing the conversations that happen behind the scenes and just everywhere as well. It's like, bro, Bridge City is like the talking point. Every event I get asked all the time, when the boys going to come out and fight again? When are they going to do it? And then Devin, he got the third fastest knockout or third fastest finish out of the year 2022.
Yeah, he kicked that dude's head off. Oh my gosh. I didn't even see it. My friend was just screaming, grabbing my shoulders, and I was like, dude, I mean, I knew he dropped him, but I didn't see the kick.
Yeah, dude, that kick was deadly. I was sitting there right next to the cage, and then at first off, the fact that he was a Muay Thai fighter, and then Devin, if I remember correctly, he's more like wrestling. He caught him with such a clean head kick, boom, wobbled, picked him up, slammed him, and then it was just all she wrote. It was like 28 seconds in the first round.
Yeah. I mean, Devin, even all the guys, they're all wrestling based. All my guys are wrestling based, but they can all strike. Especially Devin, his hands are ridiculous. Like, wrestling definitely number one for him, but he can strike. He's not afraid to stay in the pocket. I mean, you see in his last fight. I mean, him and Enrique were banging. So, I mean, he ain't afraid to strike.
Yeah.
So, real quick, I mean, you're coaching, you're running the gym, you fought a little bit. So where's your strengths? Where's your base? What did you kind of like pick up right away? What did you train mostly in the beginning?
Mostly stand up, I'd say. We didn't do too much of ground stuff at where I was training at before. So mostly stand up. And then now with Bridge City, I actually have a jiu-jitsu coach, Barry. So I'm starting to learn more jiu-jitsu. I mean, it's that you never learn enough training, gi and no gi. So stand up starting, but I like jiu-jitsu too. So, but I started standing.
Nice.
Okay. Did you start with like focusing primarily like boxing, kickboxing, or anything like specific of the arts?
Just kickboxing. I mean, there wasn't not really anything specific. It just started like stand up, just kickboxing, boxing. I didn't really like the ground all that much before because I just never trained it, so I just didn't care for it. But now I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely changes the game. Who's your guys' wrestling coach over there? Who? Because I mean, like you said, Evan and so many, man, and their wrestling is just so strong coming out.
Yeah, that actually. So I don't really have. I mean, Barry would be, I guess, considered our wrestling coach, but I really don't have, I guess, a wrestling coach. We had a guy, Tim Livingston. He used to co in with me. He was kind of the wrestling guy, but he wasn't, really there coaching all that much the older guys. He had a lot of stuff going on. He coaches more of the youth. So they got all that basically from high school, all their high school wrestling, and then they transitioned it over here. And so Barry, he kind of touches it up, but they started it from wrestling.
Nice. You spent some time over there, here and there as well, Josh, right?
Yeah. I've been trying to stay as consistent as possible with the guys over at Bridge City. It's, got to wrestle and do some jiu-jitsu with Christian. It's everybody's there. It's so hard to be able to, I'm trying to find the right words to describe it, adapt to like the skill level of the guys that train there. Cause like Devin, I can't submit him. Like even when just playing around, it's like I can't even get any close to be able to submit him because he's got those Popeye forearms, he's got that vice grip strength, And then Brandon and Trenton, you know, I walk around like 175, 180. Trenton and Brandon, they walk around a little lower. And dude, they pick me up and throw me around. I struggled with all of them.
Yeah. No, they're
Yeah,
beasts every
they're
time they step in the octagon,
sure.
man. So a little bit, so for the people out there that don't know about, you know, a lot of the guys we're talking about, kind of give us a little rundown of who you got over there, who's coming out, who to look for, um, you know, coming up, especially in 2023.
I think so. My entire fight team. So I got Corey Daniels. He just fought. He fought the same night as the rough card. He fought for King of the Cage. He's gonna try to get back this next year. He's just got to find the time to train. I mean, he's got a lot going on too. Job, new baby. But the guys that I know for sure are gonna be Trenton's gonna be defending his belt February against Brian Benavidez. Devin's fighting the Benzik Gashi guy. I think I don't know how to pronounce his name. So sorry if I butchered that one. And then Brandon and earlier they're trying to match him right now. So those four at least for now, and then those five for sure will be fighting in 2023, probably multiple times. But we're working on those four right now.
So you're
Yeah.
saying we're looking at February for them?
Yeah, the next rough 52, I believe it is. They're all fighting on that one. Yeah, February 25th.
Yeah, you know there's going to be a massive Lake Havasu crowd there because, I mean, you look at the record so far with how much it's blown up in 2022 going into here now. Like, we bring a massive crowd, and just the energy they bring and the talent that you got here in Havasu is just absolutely phenomenal. Like, what I like to tell Trenton, it's like, dude, you cemented a legacy here in Havasu, the first ever Lake Havasu City born champion. And then now he gets to be the first one to defend his belt too. So I love the story arc that's forming throughout this whole just fight industry.
Yeah, I'm super stoked. I mean, being his brother, I'm a little biased, but yeah, he's definitely he ain't cutting corners. I tell you that. He works his ass off. They all work their ass off. They're up there. They're up in Vegas right now, training at 10th Planet with my coach Casey Halstead, legit jiu-jitsu coach under Eddie Bravo. So, you know, they're not taking any fights, you know, for granted. They're working their ass off every time they can. So
Yeah, I see them. I see their stories. They work out 3 times a day over at Feeling Good. They go early morning. I give them major respect. That's why I just love the energy there because it's all work. There's literally no slacking. It's pure grind.
yeah, they definitely they work as hard as some pros do. I mean, you always want to work hard regardless, amateur or pro doesn't matter. But they're consistently working. They swim too at the aquatic center. They're swimming a few times a week. They work their asses off. Like I said, they don't cut corners. They're all like just constantly grinding, constantly trying to get better. So that's all I can wish for as a coach, and they amaze me every time I train with them. Every time I watch them, really.
Yeah. Yeah, and since you mentioned that they look like they train just as hard as like professionals, a talking point that me and James have really gone on so many times before is that it seems almost like the difference in skill level between amateur and pros are just getting more and more fine because of the work ethic that the upcoming generations are bringing, as well as all the resources they have to use.
Yeah, I mean, I can't. I train with a few pros like growing up at my old gym, and I mean, we would only train at night. I mean, they would run maybe. I mean, I definitely didn't put in the work like they're doing now. I mean, they're 3 days, 4 days. I try to tell them, you know, take it easy a little bit. You got to let your body rest a little bit. But yeah, right. That's stupid. I don't even know why I talked to them about that because they ain't listening. I mean, I just don't want them to overtrain, but they know their body, so they just keep working.
Yeah, they love doing the cold plunges too. I can't imagine them waking up at 6 in the morning and just jump straight into the ice cold pool.
Yeah, not Trenton. Trenton does not like the cold water. He'll be very
Oh,
vocal
not
about it.
Trenton?
Evan and Brandon, they're jumping in their pools at 5 in the morning. You're not seeing Trent do that. I can guarantee that.
He's like, hell
Trent,
no.
you got to be forced Trent to do that if you see him doing that because he's not doing that willingly.
So every
Yeah.
athlete has a little quirky, secret to recovery. What would be your secret to recovery? So they got the ice baths. Are you getting in the ice baths too?
I took one. I try to take them every once in a while. I took one the other night. Dude, I don't like the cold water either, so I'm not harping on Trent because I hate it. But I felt super good after I got out. But I know a lot of people use the sauna. Some people I know that I've listened to use red light therapy. But yeah, the cold plunge is really all I've done. Not even the cold plunge. The water wasn't even that cold, and it was cold to me. So I
Yeah,
don't
can't do
like the
cold
cold
water.
water. I know one of the guys at our gym, Mike. He got one of those freezers that he handmade himself, and he jumps in that thing. I'm like, that sucks, man. There's ice growing out of it.
Oh,
No way, not for me.
Yeah.
oh, yeah. I
No, I
can't.
went to camp one summer when I was younger, and we did like the polar bear swim. You swim like the Olympic size swimming pool. You swim down one time, like 4 in the morning up north.
Yeah,
Never again. I'm
yeah,
cool.
no. If
One
it
time
hits
was
like
enough
my
for me.
baseline, I'm jumping. I'm over it.
You're like, just once, I'm done. Get me the hell out of here. I want a towel. I want a fire. I want whiskey. I need everything to warm me up.
I got the
Yeah.
the hot shower right behind me, so I can just jump out and jump right into that.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. See, that sounds like Arizona weather. That's why everybody catches colds all the time.
Yeah, it's good for your immune system. The cold plunges, so I'm hoping I'll never get sick if I keep doing those. So I hate getting sick.
Yeah.
It's the worst, but can you do?
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Uh,
Shit, I was tempted to dunk my foot in like ice cold water.
I mean, it might work. I mean, could.
Yeah,
I just
helps with inflammation and all that.
don't like it. I mean, I really
Yeah.
just got in there because I that last. I think it was last week I did it, but we trained super hard. I think you might have been there. We did like a bunch of rounds, and I was like,
Oh yeah.
this is the first time I've done that many rounds. There's no way I'm gonna be feeling good tomorrow unless I do something. So that's when I decided to jump in the bath. So still felt all right, but whatever. I
Yeah.
tried.
So,
Yeah. So, oh, go ahead.
go ahead. No, go ahead.
So aside from we got Rough 52 coming up and we got a bunch of like Havasu boys coming on, do you have like any certain goals for this year at all for 2023? Maybe some more guys fighting for a title, get Pat back in because I know he's recovering back from his knee injury.
Yeah, so I actually haven't seen him. So he's someone that I'd like to see fighting again, hopefully for the title. Um, hopefully they give him that shot again because it's that he was hurt. He was knee injury. You can't really fight through a knee injury, and especially as an amateur, you're not getting paid. I want to risk it. I mean, it sucks, as a promoter to hear that, but at the same time, I mean, they got to promote. So I'm a coach, so I want them to be healthy because they got to go home and do, a job. But as far as that, we're just right now. I'm just looking into these fights. I'm hoping that we can fight on, most of the rough cards. That'd be great. If there's a few that pop up around too, but yeah, I haven't really put too much thought past these fights. They were supposed to fight at the beginning of the month for a different organization, but that kind of fell through. The matchmaker that the promoter, horrible, but
So,
like the
sorry not to interrupt you, but that's a good question. Since you deal, you're coaching, you probably deal with this a lot. Different matchmakers, different organizations, and things. How often do you run into that problem? Just bad matchmaking or just different such as type of situations like
I don't think I've ran into bad matchmaking yet. Knock on wood. Bad matchmakers all the time. I mean, like I said, this last guy was just he didn't communicate. I was trying to get all my guys on the card. They all wanted to fight together. He only got 2 of them fighters, and then I'd seen a post. They were looking for like one more guy, and that had not my guys' weight classes. So I was like, dude, we need to go somewhere else. So I talked to the guys, and they made a decision to just stick with rough. And I was like, all right, it's fine with me. It's completely up to you guys. I give them, my thoughts on it and my yeah, just my thoughts. I can't think of the word right now, but
Yeah,
sorry,
Yeah.
I'm losing it right
I
now.
like it though that they're gonna be competing at the end of February on the Rough 52 card, because then they get to, like I think you mentioned before, they get to relax, enjoy their thing, and then this gives them just more time to hit the grind, really fine tune those skills, and then I feel like especially this next event that they hop on, it's gonna be a big one. I'm like fingers crossed. I could probably guarantee this will probably be the best one, better even than any of the events last year.
Yeah,
That last
I was
part.
a little upset.
Oh,
I
go
wanted
ahead.
to be
Say
at the
again?
last event. I wanted to be at that last event for sure, but yeah, I'm excited for this one. I mean, like I said, Devin freaking sells that place out like with just by himself. I mean, he could. So when you have Trenton and Brandon and Early, that place is. I mean, I'd be shocked if it wasn't a Havasu crowd. Definitely.
Oh yeah, I probably guarantee that just people from the Cavs who take up half the theater.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be loud too.
Yeah,
It's going to be loud.
yeah. That's
Um.
a.
So what do you, when is do you have like a ideal time that you want to see yourself back in the octagon?
I want to be in good shape by May, and then
Okay.
once I'm in good shape, then I'll try to look for a fight. But I don't want to start take a fight before I'm in shape. Um, just it's just like my mental. I just got to make sure I'm ready and like I said, I'm gonna transition to pro because I've been amateur, but I feel like I owe it to myself to do at least one to see because all my other fights, not the best training camps, not the best training partners, not consistent. At least I know with the guys, the group we have in now, the coaching I have, um, that's different because now I'll be able to be pushed to my limit. And then, if I don't do good, then I'm just a better coach. That's okay. But I want to try. I just got to try, and so it doesn't linger with me for the rest of my life.
Yeah. Yeah, and I feel that especially is why I'm very vocal about just giving a lot of these fighters, these athletes praise that like casual fans don't really understand because there's a lot of mental that goes into this game. It's you have to be mentally ready and prepared to be willing to step in and to commit to going to war, whether it's 3 5-minute rounds, 5-minute rounds, or anything like that. So you have to be able to be prepared, be focused, disciplined, have a full camp, and like have all your T's crossed and all your I's dotted.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. And I see all the pros at the rough cards. I'm like, these would be fun fights. These would be these would be good fights. So that's definitely helped motivate me a little bit.
Yeah. Shit, it's got me motivated. Like it's already been confirmed, and I already have the obligation to do so. That I'm gonna try to fight now, either like middle of this year or like towards the end of this year. Just because watching the boys fight over at Bridge City, I'm like, damn, I really want to give it a shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely something to try. I mean, luckily, as an amateur, it doesn't count as much like on a record. I mean,
Hmm.
as far as like I guess your ego, I guess maybe it could hurt it, but I would definitely recommend it. And you just got to make sure that you're ready, and all the boys at Virtue will help. I'll help. We'll help. Just let us know. But yeah, dude, it's super motivating, especially going to all these fights and coaching and just seeing how hard the guys work. Then it just makes me want to do it too.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
being a coach, seeing camaraderie inside the gym with so many fighters and how well they're doing right now with each other. How much? Because a lot of casual fans or fans that are just joining the sport, you know, they see one man in the cage. They might see a corner man here and there, but they typically see one guy. But how much does that team and that camaraderie inside that gym mean out in there in the octagon?
I mean, honestly, I mean, a lot. I think. I mean, you'll get different opinions here and there. Um, just the one person is definitely doing the work inside the cage. And that's where all the credit's gonna go, is to that one person executing it. But like as my job as a coach and as Barry's job, we're making sure that he's got all these ways to execute, so that way he's got different ways to win the fight. He's got to have training partners that'll push him, that'll make sure that he's ready to fight, and then just the support, that helps too. It's really not. I mean, a lot of people say it's not nothing. You don't hear anything. You don't when you're in the cage. You really don't. But you sense people there. You sense people there. You sense people with you. You didn't get there alone. For the most part, and you feel that. Trust me. When you're fighting, you definitely feel. You feel all that like hard work in that one moment.
Yeah, and it's great to have that team behind you, the coach. You got your other trainers and then your cornermen. You got them to back you up, keep you grounded, and keep you prepared for war.
Right. Definitely. Now, so I want to take it back to kind of where you started at. Who was somebody, growing up watching UFC, watching the sport, who was somebody that kind of motivated you into being in the position that you're in today, both as a fighter and a coach?
Ah, I don't know, honestly. Like, there's like a lot of fighters that I like watched. I guess like Tito Ortiz. He was my absolute favorite growing up, and then it went to Cain Velasquez. So those two, and I just kind of seen that's literally all I would do, like as like in high school and stuff. Like especially my senior year, I would just YouTube like those guys when I'm in class. And then I kind of just kept watching it, and then I kind of just fell in love with that, and then started. Like I said, I was already training, but I mean, I don't exactly remember when I started taking it seriously. I knew it was like right after high school, but and then just getting all the knowledge, watching different things, and then watching like all the like the embeddeds and the countdowns. And I would see coaches talking about their fighters, and and then I kind of was like, I'd like to do that too. And then I just once I started helping people out at the gym, then I'm like, did I like to coach too? So and then it was super easy when I was done fighting, like then to transition over. And then like I said, like Trenton played a big part in it. And it's so hard to be a fighter and a coach. Like it's crazy hard, but I'm gonna figure something out. Like luckily, I have a good coaching staff that and a bunch of coaches to help out. So if I do want to fight, then it'll be a little bit easier. I mean, I always coach Trenton and on all those boys, but I got to look out for myself too. So I'll have to figure something out, but I'll figure it out.
Yeah. Yeah. And so when you first started getting into all this and when you grew up watching Cain Velasquez, you're in high school, just training, doing what you're doing, then come out of it, did you see did you see yourself reaching this point in your career of having a gym, being a coach, and then also looking to fight, make your pro debut, as long as you have the success with the amateur? Did you kind of see this happening, or kind of came out of left field for you?
Um, yeah, I think it kind of came out of left field. I mean, I didn't really, I mean, envision it, I guess, until once I like got ready to do it. Honestly, having a gym, and then I didn't think it was gonna be this big. Honestly, I mean, it grows, it's growing.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but no, I didn't think it would come out of all this. Like I thought that I was just gonna be a fighter. I thought I'd still be a fighter. I guess I'm gonna go back to fighting, but I definitely took some time off. But I didn't think I was gonna take time off. I thought I was gonna go straight through it. But yeah, it all came out of left field, man. So, but I'm super excited that it did because I love this. This is the best thing ever.
Yeah, hands down. I agree with that 100%. That's why 2022, I said, has hands down been the craziest year. Just getting to work with all you guys, going through this whole experience. It's just phenomenal. It's so phenomenal. And that's why I give every fighter I come across and all you guys so much respect and praise for what you guys do.
Yeah, it's
Right.
definitely it's not hard, but it's definitely not easy. But
Yeah.
I loved it. So it's if I was miserable being a coach or anything like that, then I think it'd be a different story. But I love doing it, and I love studying and watching film and dissecting. My mom's posting on stuff, but I love the whole coaching aspect. I think more than the fighting aspect, honestly. But like I said, I definitely want to fight again.
Yeah, just to see if like you still have it in you and to just see if you got that fire. And there a thing that I like to point out lies that like every human being, they have achievement motivation, and that's whether or not we're willing to take higher risk for greater rewards and greater greatness. And seeing what you guys are working through and seeing the work that Devin, Trenton, Brandon, and all that are putting in, it's dude, I love seeing that fire in you guys. It brings out the fire in everybody that watches, and that's why I feel too it's just exploded the way it has. Like the two biggest gyms all of 2022 was MMA Lab and you guys.
Yeah, yeah, it's been crazy. I'm kind of excited to compete against the lab again with Devin and then Benziga because they got one over me in the last one, fuckers. But um, I'm I'm excited. They're a good. I mean, John Crouch, and he's a good coach, and that's someone that I've known for a long time through MMA. I mean, he was Benson Henderson's coach, and I grew up watching Benson Henderson too. I mean, that's another guy. So to being to coach against him, that's pretty cool. But I'm
Yeah.
definitely looking to get a win back on that one.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I can't wait to see Brandon fight again. I'm hoping that you guys are able to book him a fight because every time I come across Brandon, I'm like, hey, we got you yet? We got you yet? Because I want to see him perform. I want to see him get that W.
Yeah, man. I think the last fight when he fought Ezra, I think that really lit a fire under him because um, Brandon's young. He's 18 or 19 right now. Like he's still. I mean, I was the same way. You got to be pushed a little bit. Um, Luckily for Brandon, that I didn't have is that he pushed, and he's gonna get pushed. By Trenton and Devin and Early, the coaching staff. All the coaching staff messes with him. When he's late, all that stuff. You've seen it, Josh,
Mhm.
firsthand. So but I think that one it really lit a fire because now I don't have to be like, hey, class is over, but why are you leaving the mat? Or why are you late? He's on time every day. He's put in that extra work, feeling good. He goes to feeling good now. Like he's doing all the right things. And I just had that conversation with him the other day because I rolled with him for the first time, and I was like, dude, this is like 9 day different. Like I can't get you off me. So I felt like I'm definitely hard on him, but it all comes from a good place. But I definitely gave him a call, and I was like, "Hey, man, like I couldn't get out from under you." I was like, "That's never happened before." So obviously, your strengths and your technique is getting way better than it was. So I'm super proud of you. You just got to keep going. And he said he's gonna. And yeah, I mean, I'm just waiting for the phone call to get him a fight, but I'm confident that his losses are done. So I'm excited to see him
Oh
fight.
yeah. Yeah, that's why seeing his story on Instagram, all the stuff that he's been doing, the fact he's getting up and working out 3 times a day, it's just so much praise. And yeah, I see that fire in him, that high achievement motivation, and he's really pushing himself. And I can't wait to see him get that W.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
definitely going to. That last one was super hard on him. I think it was super hard on a lot of us. I know, especially I don't show emotion all that much, but I definitely didn't. I definitely didn't. It was definitely hard on me as a coach. I see how hard he put the work in. I mean, he definitely could have been doing it, more. But
Hmm.
just seeing one of the guys loses, it sucks. And especially one that he's so passionate about it. Like he loves it. And I mean, maybe he didn't put in the best work before, but he was still committed and he still wanted to do it. And now that he's doing it, it's definitely awesome. So
Yeah.
I'm hoping they get him a fight so he can show everybody that what he's capable of.
Oh yeah, hands down. He's got so much potential, and that's why it's like when you're the hardest on someone like that, it's because you see that potential and you want
Right.
to do everything that you can to bring it out in them.
Right. I mean, and
Yeah,
usually those hard times either break you and you don't want to do it anymore, or it pushes you, like you said, it lights that fire underneath you, and you train harder and you work harder, and you end up overcoming.
yeah. I think each. So he fought in, Lake Tahoe. He didn't win that one, unfortunately. He did did good. He did fairly good, but he just with some bad matchups, and that was my fault too. Um, but he hasn't really fought a guy that's going to be good for his matchup. But now that he's evolved he's great at wrestling, jiu-jitsu now, and then striking. So no matter who we fight, I'm confident. And also, it's going to be at his weight class. He's not a 135er. He's a 125er. He fought at 135 2 times. His last fight, and then his very first fight. The second fight he fought was a 125er, that AJ Reese kid. Also a great competitor, but that dude wanted nothing to do with Brandon stand-up. He was shooting any chance he got. I want to stay up with him. But Brandon's got hands, but he's a wrestler in jiu-jitsu too now. So like I said, I'm super stoked.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, he shocked the hell out of me with the first time I grappled with him. He pinned me against the wall, then picked my ass up and just slammed me down.
Yeah, he was stuck on me the other night. I was just on the bottom. I was like, dude, I cannot get up. I was like, this is not happening, because me and Brandon joke, and we talk shit to each other, the most at everybody. So losing to him just sucks, but at least I'm doing okay as a coach if that's happening.
It's the beauty of the relationship.
So we usually ask the fighters on here, who they would compare their styles to, if they can compare it to anybody, or who they kind of resemble as far as that's concerned. So since you're a coach, who would you say you see in there? Who would you compare some of their styles to?
Some of the guys.
Some of your guys. Yeah.
That's a tough one. So I think you can probably compare Devin to like George St. Pierre. Super good wrestler, but he can strike too.
One.
He's very technical.
Yes. Brandon. That's a tough one.
This is always the tough question. This is always the question that is everybody's like, dang.
Yeah, so definitely that one for Brandon. Maybe Trenton, maybe like an Aljamain Sterling, I guess. He can get on top of you and just hold you there, beat you up there. I mean, he can. I mean, Aljo's stand-up's not the best. Trent's, I think, at the levels, I guess. I think Trent's more comfortable standing than Aljo is. So, but I would say that I think the wrestling comparison, that one, they match up well together, or side by side, I guess. And then Brandon and early Corey. Corey likes to strike, so any good striker, I guess. I guess they all like to strike. I just can't think of one specific person. I would compare Corey Daniels to Leon Edwards. Likes to strike, but can defend the takedown. Can wrestle. Got the ground game. Super strong. Pat. Gosh, I don't know. I'm at a loss for words on those ones, but
yeah, in the back of your head, you're just like, nah, they don't compare to anyone. They're their own badasses.
Right.
Yeah. And then I keep thinking of the fighters, because I know that those four are fighting, coming up. So but that's not my fight team. I got a whole bunch of guys. So, they have all their.
Yeah, no, they all do have their own styles, and they're all such good wrestlers over there too, man. Yeah. So the other question I'm gonna ask you. So, if you could pick anyone that you used to watch or anyone you watch now, who would be just one fight, like a dream fight for you?
Like just like in this circuit, or like UFC, or
you have just UFC, Bellator, just somebody that you was just like either honored to be fighting, or just somebody that you think just grew up and just be nice to fight.
So I fight at 125, so there's not really too many people. I like dangerous fights. Like I feel like it's more fun. So like I guess they're all dangerous, especially like my level compared to them. But I know like Kai Kara France, that dude's got some hands. Even like Cody Garbrandt, like these are guys that you can get knocked out by. Like those guys are scary to fight. So that's fun. just anyone that has like heavy hands, I guess. I mean, those are cool.
Nice, nice.
Yeah, you like that danger aspect because it gives more of that thrill, and it makes the victory so much sweeter.
Yeah,
Right.
that's honestly why like I'm super excited for Trenzin to fight that the Brian kid because that dude can crack. So that's fun. And that's as a
Yeah.
coach, I know
Mm,
Trent's looking for because Trent hasn't had a dangerous fight. I mean, realistically, I mean the last guy he was good, but he wasn't like dangerous where he was gonna knock someone out with one punch like that kid does. Like I've seen that kid knock a couple guys out. That Christopher Marcus kid and that AJ kid, and that the AJ kid, he was literally didn't even load up on his punch. He like just threw like a
And just
soft just soft little hook against the cage and just flatline they do. I'm like, oh my gosh. So
Brian has
those fights.
he has stones in his hand, man. Brian
Yeah,
definitely has stones in his
mm.
hand. It's gonna be
we're
definitely a
definitely
good fight.
we're definitely gonna be aware of those stones, but our goal is to not get hit by them. And I think other than that, I think we're gonna be okay.
Yeah, exactly. And then you got Devin with Stone in his hands going against Beznagashi. That one I am so excited to see. I'm like half torn 'cause I like both them. I like both of them. I like every fighter, but of course I got to be biased and represent my hometown crew.
Yeah, that's how it kind of is, I guess, with that Brian kid too and Devin. I mean, the respect thing that's like a big aspect, for me, is because
Hmm.
when Trent they did their little they Trent went in the ring and then they shook hands and they were super cool to each other. That goes a long way for me as a coach.
Hmm.
And then same with that with Esnay kid. I mean, I congratulate him after his last win. Then they all fought in when they fight August, I think, and he was super
Yeah, I
cool
think
to
so.
me. So yeah, so it's definitely gonna be definitely gonna be fun to coach against these guys, and I'm super excited for that. But you know, same with you. I'm biased. Those are my guys, and I think there's way too many holes in both of their games, and not as many holes in my guys' games. Not saying that can't be exploited, but I just don't see it happening, and I just don't. I mean, they're training
Yeah.
hard and they're so precise with everything and they're so focused on learning. I just don't see who's gonna beat them like that I've seen. That's no disrespect to anybody really. I just if I was an outsider, I would think the same thing. I just see, how
Hmm.
hard these guys work and the track records and I guess Benzik hasn't
Hmm.
fought much. I know he's like I think a purple belt under John Crouch, so that's gonna be legit. I mean, but I know how strong Devin is. I see what he does in our gym with brown belts and purple belts as well, and bigger guys and how strong he is able to control and um. So I'm not too worried. I mean, obviously I'm gonna coach him to the best, and we're gonna respect him, and but I'm not like I said I'm not too worried. I think my guys are gonna shine.
Yeah, you have faith in your boys. You know that they're gonna represent. They're gonna show up.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
yeah. I have nothing but like I said, nothing but respect for the two competing and everyone else that fights. Nothing but respect. But like I said, I see Trenton, I see Brandon, I see Devin, I see Early. They're all Pat, Corey. They're hard work, and it's too hard to beat them right now. I mean, it is.
Mhm.
That's just the reality of it. So
And
I'm
there's so much
excited.
momentum going too. So
Right.
much
Yeah,
momentum.
And the crazy
yeah,
thing is, I think with that Trenton fight, it's on both sides. They both got so much momentum going. Brian, j- I'm torn on that one. I like them both. I like them both a lot. They both have nice games, and I think that both of those fights that we've talked about so far are going to be candidates already for fight of the year
yeah,
because
Hmm.
it's just the setup of them. There, Brian's explosive, Trent's explosive, Devin. I mean, I, yeah, I just can't wait. February 25th is going to be fun.
yeah. That Brian kid, he's definitely making me not worried, but he's making me look a little more, look a little harder. Um,
Yeah.
he's just. I mean, he's like 5'4", 5'3", but that guy is like the last fight. He just held up that kid against the cage like he was nothing.
Bang,
I was like,
bang.
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
the
And
one
it's
the one thing we're gonna
yeah.
use is our reach because we got to reach and we're gonna better believe we're gonna be using that to our full advantage.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You got to exercise every advantage that you got. That's the beauty of the sport too, is that when you put in that hustle, you put in that grind, you fine tune everything, and every weapon, every asset at your disposal, you exercise that to the max.
Right.
And when you have that, like, not, as you said, you're not necessarily worried, but it adds a kind of edge that really motivates you to push even harder, to really step up the game.
Yeah. Uh, I don't know if worried was the right word for that. I mean, I'm not.
Just
I'm
makes
just
you
more.
makes you focus a little bit more.
Yeah, focused. That's what
Yeah.
it is. A little bit more focused. I was definitely focused with that Enrique dude when Devin fought him.
Enrique's nice too.
Like I said, I just felt like I didn't see his LFA fight. I seen his very first fight, and he
Mhm.
was just super crazy. And I just knew that the game plan was to have him just go down right away. I wanted Devin to dump him right away, and make him work right away. And I think once he got taken down that quick, think he was like, "Oh shit, I'm in a fight." And then once they stood up, Devin started cracking him, and then even that kid shot too. So, um, but yeah, so I'm definitely focused. I've been focused on most of their opponents, but these two guys that I got matched up right now, I'm definitely paying attention to. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I still remember that fight with Enrique. There was one point where they were like right up against where I was sitting, and as soon as once they stopped the fight and then they started announcing Devin as the winner, I looked down. I don't know whether it was Enrique's or Devin's blood, but there was blood on my camera, so I started wiping it up and clean it up.
Yeah,
You know,
I don't think it was
that was a
Devin. I
good
don't think.
fight.
Yeah, anybody knows maybe, but yeah.
Yeah, I
I mean
don't. I was gonna say I don't think Devin bled at all.
that dude was busted up. He had a big old cut under his eye. I mean, Devin put it on him, but that dude was tough, man. Like I thought that guy was gonna be out of there a few times, and I'm like, gosh.
Enrique's a
Mhm.
beast too.
Yeah, that was a good fight. I'm looking forward. Hopefully, he fights on this card because that first fight that I seen him fight, and then the next fight that was a good fight. So it'd be cool to see him fight again.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, Enrique's a beast as well.
Yeah.
So before we get out of here, for the people that don't know, where can they find you, Rich City? Where can they find these guys that we've been talking about tonight?
So Instagram, they all I don't exactly know all their tags to be honest with you, but Instagram I think is the main source for all of them. If you go to Bridge City, Combat on Instagram, they're tagged in a bunch of stuff on there. You can find those guys on there. You can find that page, all of our updates, all of our class schedules. My handle is Beyers MMA. You guys can contact me through there if you have any questions or anyone out there has any questions about the gym. But yeah, that's basically it, man. I don't really use Facebook that much or Twitter. I don't even know how to use Twitter to be honest with you.
It's okay. I don't have a Twitter either.
Twitter's like a
That's it.
political
That's it
social
down there,
site.
yeah.
That's what it started into.
Yeah,
Yeah, man.
exactly.
No, Christian, I really appreciate you coming on, spending some time with us, telling us a little bit about you and what you guys got going on over there. I'm super excited for February 25th, Rough 52 title. Title's getting defended, and it seems like it's going to be a nice kickoff to the year for Havasu. I mean, you guys came in, kicked ass, and took over last year, so I'm excited to see what you guys do this year.
Yeah, that's the goal, man. I'm looking for 3 belts at the end of this year. That's my goal.
Hey, hell yeah! That's what I like to hear. Really cement your legacy in Havasu.
Yeah, we'll hopefully get Pat his title shot when he's back from injury, and then I'm hoping after Devin gets his win, we'll start calling, we'll start asking for some shots too. So that's my goal right there. And then Trent, obviously, we want Trent to defend, so we'll defend him a
Man,
couple times. That's
get
the goal.
early in there too.
Yeah, early's got some. I think he's got a little injury. We're trying to see if he's okay to fight. He's up there like training right now, so I'm gonna check in with him in a little while and see how he's feeling. But yeah, he's that's like the bad thing. I got all 125ers other than Devin, and Pat, and Corey. They're all 125ers. So, but
Yeah.
Trent will probably make the jump here in a few fights. To the pro level. I wanted to get a few
Nice.
fights. All the guys to get a few fights in before they go pro, but they're cracking out the door for sure.
Nice.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I could easily see Devin just snatching that 155 title.
Yeah, that's the goal. That's the goal for sure.
Reminds
He
me of
wants
Matt
it.
Hughes. That's what he reminds me. But yeah,
I'm sorry.
man. I say he reminds me of Matt Hughes. Just the way he be dumping people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That's a one. That's an old one. I didn't think about that one at all. But yeah,
Man, every time I watch him, I'm just like, here it comes. Beep. Here it
yeah.
comes. Beep.
Running people across the cage. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
No,
yeah. That's a good one.
definitely.
That could be a good comparison right there.
Oh man, but yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait. February 25th. If you guys don't know, Rough 52, it's going down. Sounds like it's gonna be the Bridge City takeover, 4 fight scheduled for them. So we're gonna have some fun.
Yeah.
Yes,
Thank you guys
sir.
for having me. Appreciate you guys.
Yeah,
Definitely,
thank
man.
you for coming on, man. Appreciate you.
See you guys. See you soon.
All right,
Thanks,
peace,
man.
man. Probably see you tomorrow.
Yeah. I'll see you guys. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
All right, later, man.
Yeah, man, that
Uh,
was fun. That was fun. That's definitely a great group of guys over there, and I'm excited, man. February 25th is gonna be a showdown.
I can already predict it. All the Lake Havasu fighters, they're gonna be the best fights of the night. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. With the crowd that we bring, there's no way in hell that they're not gonna be the fight of the nights.
Man, no, and like I said, I mean, the Brian and Trenton, that fight right there, that I'm excited. I'm super duper excited for that fight.
hmm Yeah, dude, it's gonna be epic. Yeah, we got what's crazy too, what I love is that now things are really kicking in a high drive for 2023 because they're looking to have a card February, March, April, and I think they just want to keep it going and going and going. So we're gonna have our hands full, and dude, we're gonna have a blast in the process.
It's gonna be fun, man. It's gonna be fun. And you heard them; they're going after. They're trying to get three under the belt this year. So that means they're gonna be busy. Maybe we'll see a couple defenses. By Trenton. It's gonna be a fun year, man. It's gonna be a fun year.
Hell yeah, man, it really is. And I look forward to just having the privilege of witnessing this type of history being made because it brings so much inspiration to not only like Havasu locals, especially the kids here that don't have any other outlet or if that's the passion they want to go, but for so many other people, the dedication, the drive of these guys and cementing their legacy and putting Havasu on the map in such a way that they're the first gym in all of Havasu's history to have 3 belts. There ain't nobody else doing that.
Right. And another thing that's different nowadays, and the fighting community's got to be thankful for, is there's so many promotions. There's so many different promotions out here that can set you up for greatness. Before it was you're either UFC or you're in Japan.
Yeah.
And now there's just so many promotions out there that make this possible, and make the fighter be able to make a living doing
Yeah.
this in a few different avenues rather than just funneled right through the UFC or, like you said, Japan.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's like nowadays, especially even on the financial perspective, you don't even want to have to look for UFC. There's Bellator, One Championship, like they pay some good top dollar. And what's great too for all these guys is that with Ruff and being owned by One Championship, that's an immediate gateway that leads to so many different potential channels, whether it's through Ruff or a different promotion, but to
Right,
have that access is just phenomenal.
right. And then now you're seeing Bellator is doing some cross pay-per-views with Ryzen. So
Are they really now?
hmm So
Nice.
they're taking over the motto that Ruff was doing with hooking up with one, and so that we're gonna see more cross blending of these different promotions, especially overseas and in these other countries.
Nice. That's pretty sick. Pretty sick. We're gonna have to get more and more into Bellator and all that stuff. 'Cause I know all we do is talk about rough, but like we're gonna have to start eventually do some shows where we're just doing a live watch of Bellator, One Championship, UFC. Really get ingrained with the community and have some fun.
Yeah, maybe we'll do a spinoff. We'll do a spinoff series. And
Yeah, exactly.
do it.
Exactly.
Oh
Honestly, I
man,
won't lie. I feel like we're gonna hit a point where we're gonna have to do 2 episodes a week.
yeah, yeah. We're gonna have to start a spinoff show. You know. But yeah. So next week we will have Fred Suniga, who was supposed to originally fight at Rough 51. Till the fight, his fighter ended up pulling out. So we'll have him on, talk about, his journey to this point, finally getting a chance to step into the octagon. He's been coaching for some time and doing that thing. So we'll have Fred Suniga on next week and go through that.
Oh, what was the last part again? It froze for a second.
Oh, I said we'll have Fred Suniga on next week and go through that. So
Yeah.
that should be fun.
Yeah. Oh yeah, hell yeah, man. And for you guys out there, check out ASAP Sports Instagram, even check out MMA Stalker. Got my boy James, who did an interview with Fred Suniga back at Rough 51 as well. So that'd be a little treat for you guys.
Definitely. Yeah. Anything you want to say before we get out of here?
I think the only words that need to be said is that we already started off this year with a badass episode, and people prepare for more. Because if you think this intro was phenomenal, just wait. I'll pull out all my rhyme schemes.
Hey, I can't wait. So that's gonna be the thing. We're gonna be waiting for your intros now. It's either an intro or outro now. You gotta give us one every week now.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I feel what really blends us well together is that you're great at asking questions and like triggering a lot of good conversation, and I just keep it rolling. We just flow so perfectly. So yeah, we're gonna take storm. We're gonna have some traditions.
I like to dig.
Say again?
I said I like to dig.
Exactly. I like to fuck around. Don't worry.
But yeah. Till next time, next Tuesday, same time, same place, 8 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Tell a friend, share this out, like it, comment, follow. And yeah. And again, Rough 52, February 25th. We got the title on the line. See you guys later.
Whole sports all plays. Whole sports all plays.
Rebel soul child got a fist balled, I'm a respawn of ancestors, and I'm blessed, They are not him, tell him fess up, I get checked up, hella carefree, nothing scares me, hella reckless, yeah, I got next up, right, now we not the same, cause see when I look in your iris,